I'm doing a review on this grow tent that I bought from eBay. I think the dimensions of it are 77 by 94. I picked it up for about $140 with free shipping. It's all zipped together with zippers up at the top here. It just zips up. You build a frame around it, which all the parts come with it, and it just zips together all the way down here. All the zippers come together. So let's show you in the inside. It's got these big zippers. This is the inside of it. It's got this metal frame like a tent. It's got little openings in the side that get fastened down with these little push pin things, sort of like a hoodie. Alright, so it's got fan ports on the top. It's got fan ports on the side, I guess. Ports at the back for, I guess, wiring or possibly more fans. Ports on the bottom for wiring. They come with, this is like a drip tray that you put in, and they just attach with Velcro to the pole. And let's see, they got holes in the back to look through. Smaller doorways, I guess you could get through it if you want. There's 2 on the back. The ones in the front are a lot bigger. It can be put together by one person. I put this together by myself. It was a lot of work though. This cover that goes over this, you have to stretch it over the top on all 4 corners, and it gets really tight around the sides when you're trying to do that. Plus you got to get it in the bottom. It was hard to stretch it around the corners of the tent. And the hardest part of putting this tent together was pulling both tents, or I mean both sides, where these 2 zippers meet. There's a little hole there. I couldn't get it all the way zipped. But pulling both sides together and zipping this up. Maybe if I had help, it would have been easier, but I did get it. There are little flaws in this tent, like this zipper here. It doesn't line up right, and it was very hard to get in there to zip this down, to close this seam together. That was another problem. And the tent's not perfect. Around the sides here where this zipper is, there's little hairs. Uh-oh, what happened? Okay. There's little hairs around the side of this little flap that keeps the light out on the back side of the zipper. I don't know if you can see them. These little fibers. And when you're zipping this zipper up, it hangs on that. It hangs on those little hairs. So you got to pull it towards you. And it'll, if you're not careful, you see that? It'll suck up this back piece. There's a good picture. See the hairs coming off it? So if you're not careful, that zipper will suck that up. And it gets stuck. So if you're trying to do it with one hand, like I am now, it's gonna suck it up in the zipper where you're trying to close it. So let me put this camera down and close it. I closed it about halfway. I wanted to show you. So when you're zipping it, you have to have this, if you're going to do it with one hand, this can't be laying out like this because of this Mylar behind the zipper. It'll zip it right up and you won't get it closed. You gotta push it in so it's hanging like that. Then you pull out on the tent and then it goes right up. So that is a little bit of a hassle. But I did figure out that if you're doing it one-handed, you can get it done by folding the inside of the door in the tent. It's well worth the $140 compared to the other tents that were $500, $600 for a small tent, and a big one like this I think was around $800 to $1,000 US dollars. So it does save you money. It's just a little hassle when you're zipping the doors up. Now down here, there's like a little pull to the thread. And I've seen those little pulls on the stitching. This stitching that goes up every now and then. It's not a big deal. This one had some right here. And I cut some of it off. I didn't see this, but I'll probably go through and cut this off. It's just over stitching, because it's stitched down there. It's not ripped out. It's just extra that they didn't cut off at the factory. Other than that, this tent I've had for about a year now. I did a whole grow in here of peppers and tomatoes last year that I did not film, and I decided to make a review of this tent to let people know that it did have flaws. It's all wrinkled right now because it's been in storage, but it is also a good tent. It does leak a little light in this black part here. There's little, see if I can see one. There's some right there. Those little stitchings in the side will bleed light a little bit, not much. Like, you can just see little dots of light coming through here when there is a light on inside. There might be some right here too. I don't know if that's a manufacturing defect. It probably is, but it's no big deal for me. There's no doors on the sides, just the front and the back. Or these could technically be the sides. The bottom zips up too. There's zippers along the bottom. Let me see if I do have another tray laying there, and there's extra poles. There was a bunch of extra poles left over. I'm not really sure. They're like hook poles. They have these little hooks on the end, and I think on the top here, I tried to put one up over there. And if you can see, that pole is a little bit too long to go right there. It's popping up a little bit, and it doesn't exactly fit. I think it's to hang lights on. I'm going to try it out. I didn't use them last year. Last year I just put the lights on the beams that were already there. It goes across like a plus in the middle. So this year I found all those poles in storage, and I'm going to try to use them. Now, I think once I get some weight on that pole, it'll buckle down and touch there. And I'll come back with an update video letting people know that if it worked or if it didn't work. This is my first review video, so please like the video and subscribe if you like this channel. I'm going to try to do a full grow inside here this year, and see if we can't get some big huge pepper plants hydroponically. Those are some buckets I'm working on that are going to have probably an undercurrent system, deep hydroponic. I don't know what I'm going to grow in it yet. I was thinking possibly some very big tomato plants. We'll see though. And other than that, I do LED lights in here or regular house bulbs. I have these, excuse the mess, in my little starter cabinet. I have these big light bulbs I have wrapped up. They're like this big. They come like in a box like this. Not sponsored, by the way. And you know, they work great for flowering. This fits a regular socket. So I'm gonna do something with those probably. And then I have these these 1600 lumen 100-watt replacement bulbs that use 23 watts. And you can see they are worn. I've used these a lot. These work well too. They are on the back, on the lighting facts, it says they are for warm, if it will focus, 2700K light appearance. So that's for flowering. I have some too somewhere. I think they're out in my shed that are for the cool, which is 6500K. So I'm gonna be, these are the ones on the left are banana peppers. The 6 on the left are banana peppers. Then the 3 in the middle and that split cube there. The split cube has 2 cauliflowers in each one. The middle one's got a cauliflower. No, I'm sorry. 2 cauliflower in those, and those are 2 broccolis. And then on this side is bell peppers. 6 bell peppers in those rock rolls. So those are germinating in my little propagation dome. And then down here I have some catnip started. This is a cracky method catnip. Little root starting. So this one is a dwarf tomato. It's not started yet. And those 3 are lettuce, and those 3 are lettuce. And then I have a little aloe plant started. And that's just more catnip that I'm starting to grow. So those will sit in there for another week or 2. And I don't know, I think I'm going to put those outside. The ones in the solo cup in there. So this is the grow tent. So if you want to see more of this channel, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers. And like the video. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.